Hi, my name's Robbie Eckert.
I'm Matthew Weaver.
I'm Joe Day.
And we
We're
made
Gigabates.
So we're all ASC seniors at Stratford High School and plan on attending Texas A&M to major in engineering next year.
Hi guys, it's Matthew Weaver, and around this time last year, we came up with the idea for Gigabates. Just a little prototype right here that we thought of. We were all just average fishermen looking for something to do that we all had in common for a senior project, and we were like, what better else to do than something with fishing? So we came up with the idea to create some baits that could also maybe help the environment by reusing some plastic. And how we started this idea was we thought, hey, we can go and get some clay and just mold them into fishing lures, which from the looks of this bait, we did a really bad job because we did not know how hard clay was going to be to mold. After we thought of the clay, we also 3D printed some lures, and if you can tell, there's some grooves in there and in there from the 3D Cinco bait we made, and we bought some plastic to make the baits, and it turned out that the plastic wasn't rubbery soft like this where you can break it open. It was hard as a rock, and you just could not pour anything into this or make anything out of this, and we ended up wasting about 4 lures on this hard plastic, not knowing what was going to happen.
I'm Robbie Eckert, part of Gigabates, and so as you saw, once we figured out we used the wrong plastic, we went and bought the right plastic. This makes rubber material just like this, and we decided to switch over to a 3D printer, which made this bait right here. And so I got a cardboard box, taped it all together, and hot glued all the edges so nothing would leak out. I placed the 3D printed bait into the box, poured in the mixtures at 50-50 ratio, and once it hardened, I got this right here. As you can see, it opens up. This came inside of it, obviously, and I pulled it out, and I realized that this lure, it might be a little hard to see, but there are some etches on this lure that make the bait look a little imperfected, and I decided I'm gonna go ahead and reprint another lure, sand it down, which you see is this one. So I went and took this one, and you can see it's completely sanded down, smooth to the touch everywhere, and decided to go through the whole process again. Made another cardboard box for it, poured in the 2 mixtures together, and let it harden, and that is when I made this one. And I also decided to make it smaller so it'd be more efficient, not waste as much plastic as this one. And that's where you see this one. And so let me talk you through how we make the lures, like in the mixture. So first we're going to take plastisol. As you see, we have a medium/soft plastisol, and we have a medium plastisol. So what that means is one plastisol is a little more flimsy and rubbery, and the other one is a little more stiff, and it's more for your like a fluke, for instance. That's what we want the harder bait for, which is what this is. So we take the plastisol, we put it in a Pyrex cup, anything that's heat that can be heated up in the microwave, and then we take some of our colors, which we got 3 colors. We got cotton candy, watermelon, black grape, and June bug. We can combine colors, use just one color, whatever, and we put enough color in until we get our desired color. Once we get our desired color, we can go ahead and we got silver sparkles, we got blue sparkles, we got gold sparkles, and we got red sparkles. But they're all different sizes and densities and weights. And so once we get all those mixed up, we put it in the microwave until it gets to 375 degrees. And once it gets to, or 475 degrees, and once it gets to the temperature of we can go ahead and add in some extra salt as well to make, depending on if we want the bait to float or sink. If we want the bait to sink, we're going to put the salt in, but if we want it to float, we're going to leave the salt out of it. And once we'll stir it up, make sure everything's all mixed well together, we'll take our mold, we'll pour the bait, we'll pour the plastic into the mold, let it sit for about 2-3 minutes, maybe even less. And after we do that, we got our finished product.
Day here, co-founder of Gig'em Baits, and we're here to demonstrate and show you guys what the first couple of baits look like. So this is our original 2. As you see, these are what we use the clay molds for, and you can see they're not as nice. They don't look as well, but to our surprise, they still caught 3 bass. A nice bass too. We'll show those pictures later. But these were our original 2, and we learned that it was going to be a long project after these. And we decided to, once we figured out the clay mold was not as good, we bought worm oil, which helps attract bass to lures. It increases their senses in certain situations, or makes lures more presentable to bass. And that helped us along the way when we started creating our other. So as you can tell, after we decided to go to 3D molds, which is right here, we made our first prototype lure, which we didn't color at all. We just wanted to get a good idea of what it would look like with the 3D mold after the clay mold. Pretty good flexibility, pretty clear, and we were pretty impressed with this, so we made our next 2 lures. This one is called Ice Blue. It's a swim bait, that's what we call it. But we got a good color. We didn't really want to put too many sparkles in it, because it already has that nice dark color to it and attract more bass. And we thought it would be, this is like showing that our project was really going somewhere. And we decided to actually add in more color and glitter. And these are called Crystal Clear. There are more swim baits used with the plastic lures, or the 3D printed lures. And we realized that these flukes would be very nice in the environment because of how flamboyant and shiny they are. Attract more bass, and to be honest, if we compare these to the 3D printed mold, it looks very well. And I want to show you all this too. This is the mold we used to create these lures too. So once we realized we could succeed with the fluke or the swim bait, we decided to move on to the Senko lure, where we made this mold and we poured the plastisol in the middle, and we can pull the lure out once the actual plastisol hardens over time. And we came up with 6 different lures. So we kind of wanted to base them off our old swim baits. So we have, once again, the ice blue color, just used in darker environments. And it's just a basic lure you can make at home. And then we decided we wanted to make a modification to it, so we made ocean blue. And as you can see, it's a little bit darker and has sparkles to it, which will attract bass and other small fish in like darker environments at night or towards the end of the day. Okay, and we wanted to utilize our other colors as well, and we made strawberry red. And see, it's got some pretty good flexibility to it. You can use this during the middle of the day, catch your middle to larger sized bass with these. And then we wanted to utilize our green color once again. So this is mean green, kind of like Stratford Spartans, but it doesn't have too many sparkles in it. It's our smaller sparkle blade, and it doesn't go down as much within these water environments. And then we have the creek green color. This one's a little bit heavier lure, so it'll sink more in water environments, and it has larger sparkles within the bait. Then we have our final color. Again, we wanted to kind of base them off the success of our flukes, and we have crystal clear once again, and it'll just used for environments with lighter or more light in the environment, and got some good flexibility to it and some light.